Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. I should have done. Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Let's start again. Right, what I got in the mail was the Romantic Tarot. So this is what I got. Okay, and that's the back of the box. Now it's just a tuck box with a little white book, of course, from Lo Scarabeo. Okay, so you know you're going to have the different languages, etc., especially in the books. Right, so the Romantic Tarot I got. Okay, so what I want to do is just sort of, I have done a separate walkthrough, which you will see as well. But you can see, I just love, I'm just reading through. If love is a carriage, romanticism is the horse that draws it along secret roads, guided by the breath of the lovers. This deck of Romantic Tarot does exactly the same thing. It guides the carriage along the roads of love. Each individual card transmits emotions, clarifies doubts, and gives the lovers advice. To do so, it chooses to set its own esoteric message in a precise historical period, the late 19th century and dawning of the 20th century. In 4 European cities considered to be the ideal settings for romantic love: Venice, Vienna, Rome, and Paris. Hence amidst aristocratic balls, midnight rendezvous, love affairs that lasted one night or a lifetime, passions and jealousies. The Romantic Tarot guides us through the wonderful book of love, conveying emotions, revealing secrets, and suggesting solutions. I just realised I'm just like so not in the middle of the screen. Let me shift along a little bit. Here we go, that's better. Right. Each of the 4 suits of the minor arcana were associated with the city that more than any other is in keeping with its symbolic and agricultural value. So the chalice cards, which represent positive sentiments but when reversed can reveal dark or hidden sides, are set in Venice, and their colour is the colour of the city of the internal carnival, golden yellow. The wand cards, always associated with strength and ambition, find their ideal setting in Vienna, and their myriad shades of blue are the colour of the waltzes of love they represent. The power of money and enterprise lies instead within the pentacle cards. So the Rome of popes and aristocracy, of commoners and street urchins, is the city of this suit, where even the most romantic love still keeps its feet on the ground and its head on the bottom line. Its colour is green. Finally, the energy and vitality of the wands closes the circle with Paris as the ideal stage, and the red of the flowers tossed to the ballerinas of the Moulin Rouge is the dominant hue of libertine and pleasure-seeking love. In the same way, the 22 major arcana were associated with corresponding cities and colours, so that the symbol and the allegory that contain are evident at first sight. So chalices. So let me go through and just show you very quickly before we do an actual walkthrough, so you can sort of see the cards. So as you can see that I've done. So let me show you the aces of each suit. So you can sort of see the colorways. Oops, I'm missing. It's me just not thinking properly. There we go. So let me see. We start with the. Let me start with the chalices, which is this one here, just so that you can see before I start doing the walkthrough, so you can understand what the cards are about. The chalice is about Venice, romantic and ambiguous with its never-ending carnival. Venice is an illusion. The lovers hide behind a mask, water and feelings. The dominant colour is yellow. Okay. Next we have Pentacles. Okay. Romantic and instinctive. This is Rome. Romantic and instinctive. Amidst the ruins of the internal city, shepherdess, peddlers, harlots, aristocrats, and youngsters all play with love, earth, and nature. The dominant colour is green. Okay. Next we have Wands, which is Paris, romantic and vivacious. Gallantry strides across the most intriguing stages of Europe, of the Belle Epoque, and the star is desire, fire and personality. The dominant colour is red. Rouge. Okay, next we have Vienna with the swords. Romantic and contish. Swirling waltzes and crossed blades for ambitious and daring dames and knights. Ears and intellect. The dominant colour is blue. Okay, just so that you know, and you'll notice that all of the minor colours have this sort of greenish border around it, and the major arcana have the yellow border. Okay, so you can sort of see what the cards are about. So that just gives you a bit of a starting point before you have a look and see the what the cards. So next I'll show you the next you will see the reveal. You'll see the look at each of the cards. Okay, so I'll see you back afterwards. Okay, welcome back. That was the walkthrough that you've now seen. Now let's do a little spread from the book. Here we have one that says, here is an example of a reading. Shuffle the cards and cut them as you prefer. Then take 4 cards from the deck and arrange them in a cross around the personal object of the person to whom the divinatory attention is directed, as in the diagram on page 2. So let's have a look at this. Oh, that must be this one here. Okay, so you put an object in the middle. So you put a ring or a piece of jewellery or something like that that relates to the person. Okay, and then you put the 4 cards around it. So let's do that, shall we? So shall I show you? I think that's the best way. So just give me a minute. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to put my ring in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to do the 4 cards. So let me just have a look and see how this plays out. Okay, so we've got 1 to the left, 2 underneath, 3 to the right, and 4. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing this a little bit backwards. So card number 1, this illuminates the dark side of the sentimental past. Okay. Let's see that one. Okay, the dark side of the sentimental past. Underneath, number 2. Okay, let's just move this up a bit so you guys can sort of see. So I realise I've got to put card number 2 in there. Let's just move the heart out of the way. Okay, so this reveals what of the past continues to live hidden in you, or you can choose to do the other person, but in you yourself. Okay, so let's do that one there. Okay, and number 3 indicates who will be able to help you understand. Okay. Okay, and then card number 4 offers practical advice, or you can use it to indicate a path that can be travelled. So indicate a path that can be travelled. Choose what you want answered, I think is really important, because sometimes we get a card and we're not really focused on one question or the other, and so it gets a little bit muddy. So let's just go a path that can be travelled. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I haven't used this deck and I'm not going to use it like a tarot as in my traditional meanings, right? I'm going to look at it as from the romantic tarot viewpoint, because the words are going to be slightly different. So here we have the Queen of Coins, right, or Queen of Pentacles. So let's have a look and see what they say that's in regards to love. And this was about the dark, illuminates the dark side of the sentimental past, right? And we've got a Queen of Pentacles, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is about the big pot. It said, ask and it will be given to you. Offer and it will be accepted. The future is at the window and looks out to the sky brimming with promises. Offer. So the dark side of the situation could be something about me accepting something that's been offered to me. Maybe something's been offered to me and I've just accepted it like a bit of a blind faith in a way. Like I've just accepted it and just taken it on board without actually questioning it. Because that could be the dark side of the situation. It's interesting, isn't it? The dark side of the sentimental past. Oh, so it could be to do with so in the past it may be that I've accepted something without question. So that's interesting. I've just accepted it. And so even so, it's been brimming with promises. I've just accepted it without any question. So the second one was reveals what of the past continues to live hidden in you. Okay, and card number 2 was the Seven of Swords, right? Seven of Swords talks about the courtesan. It was already thought out and organized to the smallest details. Something prevented the beautiful folly from breaking free in deception. So then maybe there's a sense of not being honest about something in my life. So maybe there's something that I need to be honest within myself, for myself, so that I can actually move ahead. So maybe there's something I need to be honest. Maybe there's something I need to dig deeper within myself that I'm hot. It could be about a perception or an idea or a thought. It could be a thought about myself or a thought about something that I've kept hidden within me that's stopping me from moving ahead. So the next card is the Five of Swords, and that one indicates who will be able to help you understand. So who's going to help me understand? And it's called Swan Lake. The soul cries. It was humiliated but does not want to admit it. It regrets the time of forgiveness not granted in June. And here I'm getting a sense of the person who's going to help me is maybe somebody who I felt defeated me, or someone who I maybe felt I defeated them. A sense of someone I fought with, someone who I may not expect to be able to support me. That's an interesting take on the card. So I feel like it's, when you're looking at the context of the layout, who's going to help me, I feel like it's somebody who's somebody who I fought with, someone who I might not agree with normally, someone who I don't agree with may be able to help me. And then the last position was offers practical advice or indicates a path that can be travelled. So offers practical advice or indicates a path that can be travelled is what I said, wasn't it? Indicates a path that can be travelled. And this card was Five of Pentacles. So this one talks about the harlot. All doors have a key, even the great door of love. Whoever finds the key has a right to enter and become the owner of everything. So need is the word. So maybe it's about the path that I can travel is that the doors will open for me, that it's about finding the right key. So maybe this person who is unexpected is actually going to allow me to open the door to love. So maybe the person that's coming into my life could be unexpected, is going to bring in possibilities. So there's definitely a sense about being honest, about maybe in the past I've accepted things so maybe I've accepted someone into my life without any question, and so this is reminding me to maybe ask a bit more questions about accepting people into my life. Maybe I have maybe there's a need for me to just be honest, about how I feel and what's actually going on for me. What are my thoughts and ideas? What do I actually want to achieve? That could be a really important part of, moving into a relationship. So maybe this is someone unexpected coming into my life that's going to help me to move forward. And this is about being able to have this sense of opening the door to new possibilities, having the key, the secret, having that key to be actually which is unlocked, to enabling me to move ahead, to walk through that doorway, is unlocking the possibilities. So interesting combination with the cards. interesting the way they're read. So this is going to be a deck that I'm going to have to dive into at some stage. So this is really interesting. So yeah, I think this is something that I'm going to have to do a bit of study on. I mean, I can use normal Rider-Waite meanings, but I really want to dive into it as a romantic deck, definitely as in love. So this is going to be interesting. So that's it from me. Hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough. Hope you've enjoyed how I did this reading. And maybe you've got a deck that you can use in this respect as well. So that's it. Take care and blessed be. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Also, don't forget to check out the links down below. Check out the links on my channel. And take care and blessed be.